I recently did a comedy showcase at a whiskey distillery. Found out how many bourbons it takes before I no longer fear a police taser. It's 5. It's 5 bourbons. I tell you, I don't drink whiskey, but that's all they'd serve. So when the bartender says, "You want a whiskey?" And I was like, "No, I don't really like whiskey." He looked at me like I'd spit on him. He said, "You don't like whiskey? Because you've never had a good whiskey. So why don't you take that tampon out of your mouth and try one?" I'm not gonna lie, I was a little intimidated. But I thought I'd feed it right back to him, like, give me a fucking whiskey. It sounded a little more like, "Do you have anything for beginners? Maybe something with some fruit, some juice, some Zima?" He took pity on me though, and he gave me a whiskey, but he mixed it with ice cube. Put in choice number 2 right behind Zima. But I encourage people to try new things, right? You learn about yourself. Except meth. Don't try meth. You just learn you do stupid shit when you try meth. Meth's a little different though, right? It's not like something like cocaine. There's a honeymoon period when you're doing cocaine, where people want to be your friend. They're like, "Hey Todd, I got some blow, you want to go to the beach house?" Of course you do. It's a good fucking time. Music's playing, there's a guy running around in a chicken suit, women are handing out blowjobs like t-shirts at halftime. It's a good fucking time. Nobody's sitting at a party anywhere going, "Hey, you know what this party needs? A couple of meth heads." Yeah, they really liven the place up, The music sucks, and nobody set themselves on fire, and Kyle's got that goddamn guitar again. Telling you, nobody's sitting at work around the water cooler on Tuesday going, "Hey, what you doing this weekend, Dave?" "I'm gonna drink a few beers, smoke some meth, sell my mom's furniture. It'll be a good time. You guys should come on out and bring a futon." It's not like weed, right? Weed's a little different. Weed's something you want to do with people. I was up in Michigan trying some of that medical marijuana. Yeah. Turns out I should try epilepsy medicine and watch Star Wars. Who'd have thought, At first it was cool. I was like, what if Star Wars was real? Right? But then I realized that if Star Wars was real, then Jedi would be cops. Yeah. Can you imagine getting pulled over by a state trooper with a Jedi mind trick? That's some sick shit right there. "How many beers you had tonight, son?" "Officer, I only had 2. I'm like, 16 before I lost count." "It's okay though, I waited a while and I ate some before I drove home. I threw up inside my shoes and had a 4-pound pot brownie. It was like a small cake." "If I search this car, am I gonna find anything illegal?" "Absolutely not, officer." I'm like, "There's a glass eye in the glove box." "Why do you have a glass eye in your glove box?" "It was my Uncle Frank's. I took it when he wasn't looking." "Well, I'm sure if you give it back to him, there'll be no reason to press charges." "I can't. Without his eye, he kept veering to the left and he was hit by a drunk driver." "That just sounds like a tragic accident." "I agree, but just in case, I sold that truck. Now I ride my bike when I know I'm drinking." Telling you. I turned 41 this year. Getting older, man. Things are changing. Things are more difficult the older I get. Dating's more difficult. I can't just jump in bed with a strange woman after midnight anymore. I'm like a gremlin. I got a checklist. Right? I gotta figure out what time I woke up. Did I get a nap? Did I eat any spicy food? What time am I getting up tomorrow? It's a whole thing. I was on a date the other day. It went well. I'm a hell of a conversationalist. We get back to her place and she gives me that look. You know that look. She smiles and she says, "You want to come up?" I looked at the clock and it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna have to take a rain check." Her whole body shook. It was like she had a violent cold chill. She said, "Did you just say no to sex?" I said, "No." I said, "Rain check." It's totally different. No would have been like, "Do you want half my falafel?" And I'm like, "Ugh, no." But you said, do you want this plate of homemade cookies? And I was like, you know, I just brushed my teeth, so why don't you wrap them bad boys in some saran wrap and put that in the fridge? We're gonna revisit that later. She didn't handle it too well. I don't think she understood my explanations. I'm telling you, I was on a 7-minute Tinder date. 7 minutes. Not the 7 minutes you want either. We showed up to the restaurant where we were meeting, and I was like, man, she's cute. I'm excited, right? It's a good thing. I get out, she says, whoa, you look a lot better than your picture. I said, I know. I planned that shit, right? I'm not stupid. I don't put up great shit and come looking like this. I put the dog shit up. Then if she messages me, I already know she's a little desperate. I show up looking better than my picture. It's science, people, science. Before we go into the restaurant, she says, I need to talk to you. I gotta tell you something important. I thought, oh shit, she's married. You know, made me pause. So she'd think I gave a fuck. She says, I'm HSV. And I was like, whew, it's cool. I like hockey. And she says, what the hell's that got to do with anything? And I was like, I don't know what we're even talking about right now. I'm just trying to be part of the conversation. She says, I got herpes. And I go, whoa, why the fuck did you say herpes then? Why are you talking in code? I'm not a doctor. HSV might be a cool club I want to be a part of. Besides, you would think you would put that on your Tinder, you know, before I drove all the way up here. Had to settle for a hand job. I'm telling you, man, I just don't understand women anymore. I'm just over the whole relationship thing. It's a cycle. It's the same cycle again and again and again. Right? When you first start dating, you're having sex on everything. You can't wait for the next text message. Then that relationship moves to the next phase. You know, where you understand each other on a deeper level. So you're not having as much sex, but it's okay. Then you move into that third phase, where she walks out on you. You're having no sex at all, but she's still using all your Netflix passwords. At any given time, I think I have like 2 or 3 ex-girlfriends using Netflix. I got home the other day and I'm gonna watch Murder Mountain. I'm pretty pumped. I get home, I turn it on. A few minutes in, my phone rings. I look down, it's this Kara, this ICU nurse I used to date. And she's calling to hook up. I'm like, hey, Kara, what's going on? She says, well, you know what happens when I kicked it on the Netflix, it kicked her off. So she says, Dean, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but I've worked 6 days in a row. We're short-staffed. I did a double last night. And if I don't get to finish watching Stranger Things, I swear to fucking Christ, people are gonna start dying. And I don't appreciate somebody putting that kind of pressure on me. And I damn sure don't appreciate somebody trying to tell me what to do with my own Netflix. So I watched Murder Mountain on my new account. It's okay though, it's okay. So the next time she calls and she's been kicked off, next time I get that phone call, she's like, Dean, I got kicked off Netflix. I can tell her, you need to call your mother. That's a joke about me banging her mom, guys. I'm telling you, man, I just don't get what women want anymore. I really don't. I was talking to a beautiful woman the other day, and she said, Dean, how you been? I said, quite frankly, I'm exhausted. My kids never leave. And it's been a while since I've been late. She thought that shit was funny. She goes, well, I can only help you out with one of those things. But later, she got offended when I took her up on her offer and dropped my kids off. Single parent priorities, people. Single parent priorities. That's my time. I'm Dean Jernigan.